come to save your planet from Justin Bieber's music.
Thank God. Why is it like immediately dry? That makes no sense. It wasn't even like slowly starting to get dry. It was just wet, 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 dry. Some distance now so we can actually have some fun. My face shield, that's what you call it, face shield, I think. That's what you guys like to call it. Face shield has been fogging up because it's kind of wet out here, and although I do have these vents in the Arai helmet, it does still get foggy a little bit. Alright, let's open it up a little. Oh wait, we got the U-turns. The U-turns are just sharp. Guys, this is my third time ever riding on this road, and it is really quite difficult to maintain good lines and making sure that you're not flying off the edge, because there's nothing down there. That's a cliff. See those green things? Those are the tops of trees. House up there, they have their own, like they carved out of this mountain up here just for their driveway. You see that brown line? That wasn't nature. Those people that own that house carved out their driveway. I mean, look how big that house is. 3 stories, all glass. Giant walls. They blasted a ton out of that mountainside so they could have their driveway. That's pretty baller. I don't know if it's more destructive to the nature or just more amazing that you would think to do that. You know, oh, let's build a house out up on this mountain and then let's blast out a driveway just for us. Like there's one up there too, but that's more of a road. Kind of like over here. The speed limit's 25, but that doesn't really make any sense for motorcyclists because our bikes are a lot more capable than a car to do these turns, and we have more space in the lane. See, look, there's that van. That thing got messed up. Look at that view. I'm being a little bit conservative with my riding right now, just because it's the first time I've motovlogged out here, and it's different, you know, trying to talk while you're riding adds kind of an extra element. Going downhill is a little bit easier, just because you can kind of coast through some of these turns and things, fines. Looks like we caught up to a couple of vehicles. That truck almost went off the road right up there. See, like 25 miles an hour makes sense for cars, because you really can't go much faster than that. Unless you are really good at driving, I guess, or know this road really well. But even then, you wouldn't want to do it, because there's people that don't know these roads, and, like, you know, me for instance, who could end up crossing over into your lane, or they're, you know, going too fast around a curve, and plow into them because you're going too fast. It's not necessarily your fault, but you're not helping by going faster than what you should be. So stacking rocks. It's a bunch of stacks of rocks. That was weird. Oh my god, deer! Hey! Oh, it almost made me go off the road. Don't get distracted by deer, guys. That's the first time I've seen those guys out here, though. I see a lot more deer in Virginia. I haven't really seen many out here. I definitely haven't seen any out in the mountains. Look at that rock formation up there. It's like an arch thing. It'd be kind of cool to climb up that if you were a rock climber. I personally have no interest in rock climbing. There's a lot of things that people swear by. It's the greatest thing ever, and it's not. It is for them, but it's not for everybody. And for me, rock climbing is one of them. Kind of entering back into the canyon area. We're surrounded by the rock walls. I can normally go faster than this, but these cars are impeding that ability right now. Let's actually let them get some room. And we'll take a gander at the scenery. Look at that. I'm not sure if the camera really does it justice, but there is a tree hanging off the side of that cliff. Oh man, there's another car. Now we gotta wait for them. Alright, no cars, come for a second. Let's let them get some room. But yeah. Man, that's crazy. Alright, let's get out of here. sharp turn. Now we're through it. Another kind of sharp turn. There we go. Alright, we're out. Coming back up to Red Rocks is up here, but we're gonna start heading back. Not liking these clouds. I think we're just in a lucky spot right now. We're not getting any rain. Alright, Super, why are you driving that slow? Well, I guess it is 25. Yeah. Another deer, wow. I mean, not like I care that much about seeing a deer. Those things are like rats in Virginia. There's way too many of them. But it is, I just, like I said, I haven't been seeing them out here. And that's 2, well, 3, I guess, technically. You know, that was what I was going to get into. Is that I love Derek Baker X's, or Derek X Baker, whatever he calls himself. I love his videos. But I do notice that there are some other motor vloggers that are starting to do videos that are basically copying him. Maybe he's copied someone else, I don't know. I haven't done that much research into it, I don't really care. But my point is like, if you're doing a motor vlog, like, sure, take examples, I guess, from other motor vloggers on what you should talk about, or what you should, what kind of stuff you should do in your videos. But I mean, Derek's got like these really funny catchphrases and stuff that he uses. That it's just kind of his thing, and I'm seeing these other motor vloggers that are doing that, and I'm wondering what's going on through their head. Like, you're just taking his videos basically and copying what he's doing. Look at that view. Look at that rock out there, just chilling on the top of that peak. I went up there once to see what was out there, and it's closed off once you get around those rocks and up that corner. That's they do some sort of mining, and it's strictly for, it's a company, so you can't really go riding up there. But yeah, guys, if you're doing, definitely start making motor vlogs if you want. I just started, this is my first one really, but try to make it your own. That's what I want to try to do. I want to try to make them my own. I want to have things that are funny because they're things I made up, you know. It's not something another motor vlogger is already doing. I haven't quite figured out all my little niche things I'm gonna do yet, but if you hear me give it a chill or anything like that, it's more just ups to Baker X Derek, and maybe M13. I watch a lot of M13's videos, as I'm sure a lot of people probably do as well. He is I believe he's the #1, you know, he's the highest amount of subscribers of any motor vlogger. But that's also really easy to do when you're in Taiwan as a tour guide. I mean, that's a pretty insanely cool job, and just watching his videos is just cool because he's in a different world. I mean, the stuff they do in Taiwan is so interesting, and the fact that so many people ride mopeds and scooters and motorcycles out there. Of course he's gonna have a lot of views. It helps that he he's pretty funny himself, and he's got a lot of cool little niches about his videos. But so if you hear or see me doing anything that's, you know, you're like, well, that other motovlogger guy does that, I'll probably call it out. I'm not gonna try to steal anybody's jokes or their catchphrases or whatever. I will say that Baker X Derek has the best intro to his videos of any motovlogger, and I think everyone's communally agreed at this point. The Medusa dance, it's fabulous, it's just the best. It's hilarious, and I love watching it. And every time you hear that Medusa, you start to just like get happy. I do want to mention that, yes, I do have the same bike as Jake, the Garden Snake, and a lot of other motovloggers. He's not the only one with that bike. He wasn't the first one with that bike, and he won't be the last. Case in point, you know, I am starting to motovlog, and I've got that bike. I did not buy this bike because he has that. Let me clear that up. I honestly was more into the DRZ 400 SM, because that one is a completed supermoto, and that's actually how I got into watching motovlogs, is because I was looking for videos of people with DRZs, and Jake was one of them because he had one, and so I started watching his videos. And then after some research, and he did get his WR before I did. I'm not saying that, you know, oh, I had mine first, whatever. It doesn't matter. This is an amazing bicycle. This is an amazing motorcycle. Get it. Like, you should get it. It's great. Besides the whole sticking in neutral thing, which I think might just be a little issue with mine, it's amazing. It can go anywhere. I did put a lot of upgrades on it when I got it converted to a supermoto. Really? That person's going at least 95. But anyway, yeah, I try not to do things just because other people are doing them. Because I think that's lame. Like, pick your own style, do your own thing. But Jake just happened to get the bike that I wanted as well, and I was like, well, you know what? That's cool. Then I get to see how it works before I go get it, and that's what happened, and I love it. So I really want to make this bike my own. That's why I've done the customizations on it. Since I am new to riding, I don't know a whole lot about motorcycles. I did have to get this built for me. I would have much preferred to do it myself, just because of how long it took them to do it, and how much it cost, and all that good stuff. But I don't know enough about motorcycles. I went to school for something else. I didn't go to, you know, these motorcycle academies that a lot of guys go to learn. I got a degree in international business, so but I would still love to learn. That's a nice guy, William. It's always weird when you ride past a bike, another motorcyclist, because I do love I do really like the idea that we're way into each other. I think that's pretty cool. It's something unique to motorcycles. It's kind of an unspoken thing that everyone knows to do, but there are a lot of guys who don't do it. Cruiser riders being one of the main ones. I don't know what their deal is. I have seen there are a lot of cool cruiser riders that do wave and are just nice guys that are out riding and whatever. So I'm not talking about them. And if you're a cruiser rider and you wave to people, then you're awesome. Keep it up. There are a lot of sport bike riders. There are a lot of motorcycle riders in general who just ignore you, or they just don't see you. I mean, you got to think of that too. It's not always that they're just being a jerk, you know. They're not always just wanting to be an asshole and, oh, well, screw you, I'm better than you, whatever. They might just not have seen you. Or what happens to me a lot is I have to have my hand on the clutch for one reason or another, and I'm also throttling at the same time sometimes if I'm like, you know, shifting or whatever, and it's not the best time for me to lift my hand up and try to give you a wave, and even a little nod, like you can't usually see that too well when someone's nodding. So it's not always that people are just trying to ignore you, but there are a lot of people who it's very blatant that they saw you and that I'm sitting there, I'm riding past them waving like, hey man, and they're going out of their way not to look at me or wave at me, and that's kind of annoying. I'm like, what's your problem? Just wave, I guess. I mean, you don't have to do what you don't want to do. If you don't want to wave, then fine, fuck it, whatever, but it is something that you should know. If you're a motorcycle rider and someone waves at you and you don't wave back, they're going to think you're a douchebag. That's the bottom line. If you just can't, or you didn't see them, or whatever, it's not a problem. You don't have to wave at every single person you pass, but when you can, just do it. It's a nice way to acknowledge other riders, and kind of makes you feel like they got your back if you ever needed them, like if you ever break down on the side of the road or something. This is a longer moto vlog, I think, than what I'm normally going to do. That's one thing that does annoy me a little bit about some moto vloggers, is their videos are just too long, man. You know, I don't know. You're on YouTube. YouTube is meant for clips, not for, you know, extended viewing. I guess there are people who do that. I do that to us a lot, but you do start to get bored. So I'm going to try to keep the videos shorter.